Welcome, upViral family. This is Planet Mitch from giveawayrocket.com with a tip. I have clients come to me, or I've seen it talked about multiple times on the upViral Facebook group. People who are doing giveaways, but they want to limit the audience. They want to limit say, the region or the group of people that can see the campaign or enter the campaign. I happen to have this campaign right now that is going to launch giving away this wall canvas. And if I scroll down a little bit, you will see that it says sweepstakes is open to the U.S. residents only. So how do I, other than putting that little message on there, what other ways do I have to be able to make this appear differently for different clients? Or I'm sorry, not different clients, but different people coming to view the campaign. Now, I happen to have a VPN that I have installed, and I'm going to click on here, and it's going to connect to, I don't know, some other country. Buenos Aires, Argentina. So, city of Buenos Aires. Now, I'm in Firefox here, and I suspect that I have to do a new private window just to make sure I know where I'm going, and I'm going to paste in the link. And I don't know why it's the thanks link, but anyway, it'll take me to the lead page, right? And if everything works the way I think it's going to work, oh look, I've inserted this message that says in red, it appears you are not in the United States. Please do not enter unless you're in the United States. We cannot ship the prize outside of the USA. Now, forgive me for my crappy wording. I just kind of threw this together. I could improve that somewhat. But I also, if you recall, let me switch to the other window. This had a timer on it, right? And so I thought, well, why continue to show the timer? Go away, blank window, and let's show this one. Why don't I just throw the expired timer on there so that they would get, before they had the opportunity to enter their name and email, to just flat out go, well, hey, big red alert, this is not working, you can't enter, don't bother, right? Pretty cool, I think. Now, there are all kinds of different ways of making this happen, but I happen to be using a tool called Unless. And yes, that's the interesting name of the application. It is called Unless. Now, I happen to have it over here in Chrome, and I'm going to show you how I kind of set this up inside of Unless. Now, first of all, what you end up doing is you go create an audience. Now, I have several different audiences that I've created, but in this particular case, what I'm doing is the Not USA section. And so you have a whole bunch of different options for creating this, and I'll show you how to create one in just a second. But basically, the location country is not equal to the United States, right? So you saw me switch in my VPN, my virtual private network, to pretend that I'm in Argentina. And so when I switched that to a non-USA country, then the page looked different. And it's happening because of this trigger. There are other audiences that you saw here. I have one for not USA and not Canada because I have some campaigns that are available to the United States and Canada. So I wanted to be able to put up a message. So you have to kind of do the reverse thing here, but I have one that's set up for not USA and not Canada. So this is location is not equal to the United States and the location is not equal to Canada. That happens to work. I've tested that. So that's one way of doing it. Now, if I were to create a different audience, let me just show you that there are all kinds of different options if I gave it a name here, but I'm just going to do add condition. And you can see that I can do location, I can do time-based, so if I wanted my campaign to say good morning or good evening or whatever, you could end up putting that in there. There's devices, there's weather, there's behaviors. Let me just show you behaviors. It's kind of interesting. Page refers, returning visitors, event, cookie, audience, blah, blah, blah. So there's a whole bunch of different things that you could potentially use for your audience selections. Now, I also have one where I have a website that I submit some of my campaigns to that is a sweepstakes fan site. So you pay them $10 a month and they will post your campaign to their massive audience. And what I have done is I have set up the parameters for the UTM source equals sweeps advantage, which is, so I have that key set up in there. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to show you both scenarios. You've already seen the one for not United States. If I go over to my Firefox again, and I'm going to close this because you've seen that. And I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to do a new private window. And I am going to go into my Paste, which is a tool on my Mac for multiple clipboards, which is a whole nother story. But I'm going to paste this in, and you can see right here it says UTM source sweeps A, which is what I was keying on before. So if I hit the go button, this will come up with, notice there's this message up here that says, welcome Sweepstakes Advantage fan. So I've added that text. And so this is another example of a way to modify your screen, your upViral campaign. And again, I'm hosting these on upViral. This is not a widget, but you can. I'm assuming you can do this in any website. It doesn't have to be an upViral website, but I'm trying to tell you that I have tested this, and this is a live campaign that is using upViral hosted pages. All right, so you can customize in a whole bunch of different varieties. Now, you notice, by the way, that in this particular case, I did not change my VPN. It's still green and on here. So I'm still theoretically coming from Argentina, but the Argentina message doesn't show up here. So let's go back to the unless page and go to my websites. And you can see that I have other websites, so you can pop down those. But I'm currently working on this one, and the lead page I'm personalizing. So if I click there, you'll see there's two different ones. So the Sweepstakes Advantage one is currently on top, and then the non-USA. So the order of these is important. So if, I think I can reorder these or something. I thought I could reorder these. So the first one that's kicking in is that one. If I just were... Anyway, if I pause it, you will see that if I were to switch back over there, then I would get the non-USA message because I'm still logged in. Right? So this is a really cool way to give custom looks to your website, to your upViral campaign, depending upon, in this case, the user's location, or also in this case, what website they came from, or what UTM parameters. And so I'm if you're not familiar, I'm with UTM, that's a Google kind of thing. And so when I register the campaign on Sweepstakes Advantage, I give them the UTM, the URL string with the UTM of Sweeps A in there. And so when they come here, now you could also set it up with the referrer equals. So that's another way of doing that. I just happened to know that I was giving them the UTM. Anyway, so you see that, the other thing that I guess I should show you is the design side of it. Basically, what they do is they bring up your campaign, and it looks very much like the editor that's inside of upViral. So I'm assuming that they're both using a similar tool. So it's kind of confusing because it's very similar, but all I did was come in here and edit the title. And then what you do is you click publish. So you make your changes in the editor here inside unless, and you make your changes and it will reflect those changes when your campaign page shows if those conditions are triggered. Maybe that's clear as mud, but that's how I got this text up here for the Sweepstakes Advantage person. And that's also how I got, if I go backwards, yes, I want to leave. I don't want to save those changes if I made any. And so the personalization for the non-USA obviously is that text that I added and the different image for where the timer was. Very simple to do, just a matter of changing the text here and clicking publish, and then it's live. The only other thing that you probably want to know is if I go into, I'm in Chrome, let's see if I go get out of all those. Inside of upViral, I am putting that unless script inside, where is it? Here it is. Inside the lead capture page header codes. So there's the script that they give you to insert on your web page to make the customization happen. And if I were to scroll down, you would see it's also in the social share, but I haven't customized that at this point. Anyway, hopefully that's clear as mud, and that gives you an idea that if you are doing a local campaign, for example, you can customize it to zip codes, I think. You can customize it to locations, as in cities. Maybe the zip codes is wrong. I don't know if you can do zip codes. Anyway, you can go check that out at unless.com. There are, again, other tools that do that kind of customization, but I wanted to share with you this particular one that I have tested with upViral, and I think it works very easily and very well for scenarios where you want custom text or custom images to show up as for individual users. All right, thanks. This is Planet Mitch from GiveawayRocket.com, and we'll talk to you again soon.